It wasn't like a sunny day, but it was like bright. I wouldn't say it was getting dark anywhere near. It was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The amount of times I've been catcalled, I was like stalked when I was like in year 10, in like 10 o'clock in the morning walking home, and he like followed me all the way home, shouting out his car, and I was still a kid.
My first experience of that happening would be like when I was 13 or 14 walking to school, and there was just like, he looks about 50, this guy following me.
I noticed that he's cutting behind me. I'm like, ooh, what's he doing there? As I walked past the bit where the actual like play park bit is, I walk the normal way I walk, I've done it a million times, and the kids see the guy and they start screaming pedo.
And I was just walking, and they kind of started with, to be fair, they started with kind of just, you're really fit, but I just ignored it. And then the more I was ignoring it, kind of just put my head down, keep on walking, the more kind of violent it got, to the point it did it, like, it was like, I'm gonna shag you, and then it's to the point it was like, we're gonna gang rape you, I want to rape you.
It sounds kind of sad. You kind of get used to it sometimes, because you can't really like say no, like talk to them, because most of them are in the car honking at you or like catcalling you, or they're just staring at you up and down and whistling in massive groups. All I do is just walk so fast.
He started putting his hand on my leg, and I told him to stop because it was really uncomfortable. He knew I had a boyfriend because he was about to take me to his house.
He had his hand up her skirt and a hand down her top and lifted her up that way. So obviously we grabbed our friend, pushed him out the way. We were all kicking off. We grabbed a bouncer, like a security guard, to help us out. And he asked us to leave the club because we were causing a scene.
Having someone walking behind me is enough for me to like either have my headphones in and turn the music off so that I can hear what's happening, or carry my keys between my fingers or whatever.
Well, with clubbing, there was this one time I went to Piper, and just like the other girls said, I was walking down the road, and then like there was this group of lads who were whistling and doing all that kind of stuff. And then there was another incident in which I was going to Piper, but I was with the lads. But even though I was with the lads, there was the beer garden or something that's nearby, and someone shouted like, "Oh, you said you loved me," or something like that to me. I've been there once, but I left after 10 minutes. So the second time after that, I was like, you know what, lads, I'm going home, so I left.
I've never spoken to a woman or a female presenting person and had them express that they liked it.
Most guys don't get called out on it, so they know that if they do make a mistake like that, it probably won't come out, and nobody will believe the girl even if it did.
I should be allowed to walk out anywhere, anytime, and the fact that I couldn't do that where I grew up, surrounded by houses that I babysat and kids that I knew and, you know, my siblings' friends, and I was harassed by a bloody 23-year-old in his car when I was like 14.
They would have said, "Oh, he's not here, he doesn't need to know," all that stuff. It's like, no. Like, so I get it both ways, with boyfriend or without boyfriend. Sometimes men don't know what no means.